at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And the big boys up front to get stopped. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They run it again with Cook. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And it is now 21-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins now. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 36. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Cousins. They'll get this underneath to Madison. And he will have a Vikings first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Cousins now to throw on first down. Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. Back to throw here. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it up. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself from the opposition so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row.
Let's go now.
Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. And a nice spin into some open field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Again, it's Cook. Down inside the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They go play action here on 1st down.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be prevented.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Mo Alley-Cox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible. And this possession is an empty one.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And, I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Rodgers on the return. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return,
and they will take over 1st and 10. The Chicago offense set to get started.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DJ Moore, 31 yards.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
Vikings, nothing.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
That's interference.
Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Cook again. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll run for it. Cook. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. 1st down. Here's Cousins.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Cousins. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped it for no gain.
Well, a tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like schlep rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3.
And it's second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, and this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Patterson now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. They'll throw again. Cousins. This one. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Escaping the fumble. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And some room to work inside the 20.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still. And he will get into the end end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it in.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Patterson now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to get points on the board that don't matter.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 2nd and 3. Steps away to his left. The ball comes out. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So this one in the win column for the the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert.